Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Renowned singer-songwriter Rebekah Del Rio, whose unforgettable voice left an indelible mark on cinematic history, has passed away at the age of 57. She was widely recognized for her haunting rendition of Llorando, a Spanish-language interpretation of Roy Orbison's Crying, featured in the critically acclaimed film Mulholland Drive, 2001, directed by David Lynch. Born on July 10, 1967, in Chula Vista, California, Rebekah Del Rio began her musical journey performing in San Diego before relocating to Los Angeles, where her distinct vocal talent quickly garnered attention. Her collaboration with David Lynch became a turning point in her career. Their artistic partnership started in the 1990s when they were introduced through a mutual industry connection. It was during this time that Del Rio's emotionally charged performance of Llorando deeply impressed Lynch, leading to the song's iconic inclusion in the memorable Club Silencio scene of Mulholland Drive. Del Rio's captivating performance, which showcased her powerful vibrato and raw emotion, remains one of the most influential musical moments in modern cinema. Reflecting on the experience in a 2022 interview, Del Rio emphasized the importance of authenticity in her performances, stating her commitment to delivering each take with genuine vocal intensity. Her artistic contributions extended beyond Mulholland Drive. She collaborated again with Lynch on the revival series Twin Peaks: The Return, where she performed No Stars, a composition based on one of Lynch's poems. Her vocals also graced the soundtracks of films such as Sin City, Man on Fire, and Streets of Legend, further cementing her status as an influential figure in the intersection of music and film. In recent years, Del Rio continued to share her gift through live performances, including her participation in the Red Room Orchestra's tribute concerts dedicated to the music of Twin Peaks. Her final known public appearance was at a charity screening of Mulholland Drive in Los Angeles, just weeks before her passing. Rebekah Del Rio's artistry, defined by her unique style and emotional depth, leaves a lasting legacy in both music and cinema. Her voice, described by peers as iconic and unforgettable, continues to inspire audiences and artists alike. She is survived by her family, who remain proud of her enduring contributions to cultural history. Her mission accomplished, her legend lives on. The global music and film community is paying tribute to Lalo Schifrin, the prolific composer and pianist whose influence reshaped the sound of cinema for generations. Shiffron, best known for creating the instantly recognizable Mission Impossible theme, passed away peacefully at the age of 93, as confirmed by his family. Born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on June 21, 1932, Shiffrin was immersed in music from an early age. His father, concertmaster of the Buenos Aires Philharmonic, instilled in him a foundation in classical training. Shiffrin furthered his education at the Paris Conservatory, where he blended European tradition with his passion for jazz, leading to early collaborations with legends such as Dizzy Gillespie. Shiffrin's career in Hollywood began in the late 1950s and soon flourished. His groundbreaking compositions include more than 100 scores for film and television, with standout works for Cool Hand Luke, Dirty Harry, Enter the Dragon, and the Amityville Horror. Yet, it was the dramatic, syncopated rhythm of the Mission Impossible theme that cemented his place in cultural history. First introduced in 1967, the piece became a signature of suspense and intrigue, evolving across decades of adaptations, including the blockbuster film series starring Tom Cruise. Beyond his film work, Shiffrin was an acclaimed conductor, leading prestigious orchestras such as the London Symphony and Los Angeles Philharmonic. His artistry bridged jazz, classical, and cinematic music in a way few could replicate. Throughout his career, he received 19 Grammy nominations, winning 4, along with 6 Academy Award nominations. In 2019, he was honored with an Oscar for Lifetime Achievement, a rare recognition for a composer, joining the ranks of Ennio Morricone and Quincy Jones. Despite the competitive nature of the entertainment industry and the challenge of maintaining artistic originality, Schifrin's work consistently reflected technical brilliance and emotional depth. His compositions became synonymous with cinematic tension, rhythm, and storytelling. Schifrin's final decades were marked by continued contributions to music, recording over 50 albums and performing worldwide. His legacy endures, not only through iconic scores but as an enduring symbol of creativity that transcends borders. Lalo Schifrin's remarkable body of work remains a testament to his unique style, global influence, and lasting fame within both the music and film industries. Breaking news. His career faced collapse, his fortune crumbled, and his image became a viral internet punchline. But now, at over 60, Nicolas Cage is defying all odds to rewrite his Hollywood legacy. Is his astonishing comeback the greatest redemption story the film industry has ever seen? Or is there more behind the headlines? Welcome to Who Died Today, USA. In today's episode, we dive into the extraordinary life of a man often labeled unpredictable, eccentric, even reckless. Yet his name remains etched in cinematic history. Nicolas Cage. An Oscar winner, an action star, and at times the subject of ridicule, Cage's real-life journey is one of family legacy, overwhelming challenges, and the relentless fight for redemption. So, let me ask you, when you think of Nicolas Cage, do you picture the wild-eyed star of Face Off, the treasure-hunting hero from National Treasure, or the man who clawed his way back from financial ruin and public scrutiny? Let us know in the comments. You might be surprised by how much this Hollywood survivor has endured behind the scenes. Born Nicholas Kim Coppola on January 7, 1964, in Long Beach, California, Cage grew up in the shadow of greatness. His uncle, Francis Ford Coppola, was already a legend behind The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. But instead of riding the family name to fame, Cage distanced himself, adopting the surname Cage, inspired by Marvel's Luke Cage, determined to earn success on his own merit. In the early years, he carved his niche with films like Valley Girl, Peggy Sue Got Married, and Raising Arizona, blending quirky humor with raw emotion. But it was 1995's Leaving Las Vegas that transformed him from offbeat performer to serious artist. His haunting portrayal of a self-destructive screenwriter won him the Academy Award for Best Actor, silencing critics and cementing his place among Hollywood's elite. By the late 1990s, Nicolas Cage had become a global superstar. His performances in The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off showcased a fearless, high-octane energy few actors dared to match. Then came National Treasure, a franchise that captured the imagination of families worldwide and made Cage a household name. But even at the peak of his fame, turbulence loomed. The pressures of celebrity, extravagant spending, and financial missteps would trigger the darkest chapter of his life. Cage's hunger for rare artifacts, lavish homes, and eccentric investments became infamous. He purchased castles, islands, luxury yachts, even a dinosaur skull, all in pursuit of status and personal fulfillment. But by 2009, the weight of unpaid taxes and mounting debts nearly crushed him. Reports revealed he owed millions to the IRS, forcing him into a relentless work schedule, accepting nearly every film role offered, regardless of quality. It was a humbling fall from grace. Once hailed as an Oscar-winning talent, Cage became a target of internet memes, with exaggerated performances turned into viral jokes. The man once known for redefining action heroes was now mocked as a caricature of his former self. Yet through the ridicule, Nicolas Cage never stopped fighting. He never disappeared. Instead, he worked tirelessly, not out of pride, but out of necessity, and perhaps a deeper love for his craft. While the world laughed, he quietly rebuilt his life, one film at a time. And in recent years, the world began to notice. In 2021, Cage delivered a career-defining performance in Pig, a quiet, introspective drama that peeled back the layers of his public persona. Gone were the over-the-top expressions, replaced by vulnerability, restraint, and heartbreaking sincerity. Critics praised his work, calling it one of the finest performances of the decade. Then came Dream Scenario, and in 2025, The Surfer, a bold philosophical film that stunned audiences at Cannes. Cage, at over 60, stood center stage once again, not as a meme, but as a respected artist reclaiming his legacy. But behind the professional resurgence lies a deeply personal story, one of health, discipline, and quiet transformation. Unlike the reckless characters he often portrays, Cage has embraced a far more controlled lifestyle. Friends and insiders reveal he follows a balanced diet, limits alcohol, and prioritizes mental clarity. His commitment to physical health became essential as he tackled physically demanding roles, including scenes of surfing and extreme stunts for The Surfer. In interviews, Cage himself has acknowledged this evolution. He speaks of feeling stronger, more focused, and healthier when immersed in work. "Acting is my sanctuary," he has said. "It keeps me sharp, it keeps me grounded." And it shows. Even at an age when many Hollywood stars slow down, Cage continues to perform intense, demanding roles. And with the upcoming biopic Madden, where he undergoes a jaw-dropping transformation to portray NFL coach John Madden, the world once again marvels at his dedication. But through it all, controversy still lingers at the edges of his story. His extravagant past, the wild purchases, and internet notoriety have not been easily forgotten. Some still label him as unpredictable or eccentric, yet others now see him as a symbol of resilience, a man who stumbled but refused to stay down. What makes Nicolas Cage's journey so captivating is not just his rise, his fall, or even his comeback. It is his refusal to conform, to apologize for his uniqueness, and his unwavering loyalty to the art of storytelling. He has weathered public humiliation, financial collapse, and the brutal glare of media scrutiny. Yet somehow, he has emerged more complex, more respected, and, in many ways, healthier than ever. Where is Nicolas Cage now? Today, he continues to work, constantly reinventing himself, not for fame, but for the love of cinema. He embraces fatherhood, enjoys a quieter personal life away from the tabloids, and focuses on maintaining both physical strength and emotional balance. His recent work reveals an artist at peace with his past, yet still hungry to surprise the world. In a time when many stars fade into obscurity, Nicolas Cage remains a paradox, both a cautionary tale and a living testament to the power of persistence. His films have grossed billions, but his true legacy is measured not in dollars, but in the endurance of spirit. So now we turn the question to you. When you see Nicolas Cage on screen, do you still see the wild-eyed action hero? Or do you see the man who fell, who was mocked, but who fought to reclaim his dignity and health? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Was there a moment in Cage's journey that surprised you? Or have you always believed there was more to the man than the headlines ever revealed? And if this story of resilience and redemption moved you, please like and share this video. Help us continue honoring the complex, inspiring lives of the stars who shaped our world, one memory at a time. Bobby Sherman, the boyish heartthrob who once graced bedroom walls, television screens, and radio stations across America, lived a life that stretched far beyond the spotlight. Born on July 22, 1943, in Santa Monica, California, Bobby's journey began with a love for music, a passion nurtured by his family in Van Nuys, where his father built him a soundproof room to practice guitar, trumpet, and piano. By his early 20s, Bobby's charm and talent had caught Hollywood's attention. His big break came with the hit television series Here Come the Brides, where he played the shy, kind-hearted Jeremy Bolt. The role made him a household name, but it was his music that truly captured the hearts of millions. Songs like Little Woman, Julie, Do You Love Me, and Easy Come, Easy Go soared up the charts, turning Bobby into a defining voice of his generation. But behind the fame was a young man navigating the pressures of constant travel, filming, and performing. He once described those whirlwind years as never knowing where I was, always needing to be reminded. Despite the exhaustion, Bobby cherished his fans and the love they showed him. What set Bobby apart was what came next. Stepping away from fame at its peak, he traded sold-out concerts for acts of service, becoming an EMT, a medical trainer for the LAPD, and a deputy sheriff in San Bernardino County. For Bobby, true success wasn't measured in gold records, but in saving lives and helping others. In early 2025, Bobby faced his greatest challenge, a battle with advanced cancer. Through it all, he remained courageous, full of humor, and surrounded by the love of his wife, Brigitte, and their family. Bobby passed peacefully on June 24, 2025, at the age of 81. His legacy lives on, in every song, every life saved, and in the quiet, steadfast example of a life well lived. For generations of moviegoers and television fans, Jack Betts was a familiar face, the kind of actor who seamlessly moved between stage, screen, and television with grace, grit, and quiet determination. On June 19, 2025, Jack passed away peacefully in his sleep at his home in Los Osos, California. He was 96. Born on April 11, 1929, in Jersey City, New Jersey, Jack's love for performance blossomed early. After his family relocated to Miami, he pursued theater at the University of Miami before making his way to New York City to chase his dreams. His Broadway debut in 1953's Richard III marked the beginning of a remarkable 7-decade career. But Jack's path was never without its challenges. Breaking into the fiercely competitive entertainment world required perseverance and reinvention. Adopting the stage name Hunt Powers, he found success in European cinema, starring in over a dozen spaghetti westerns, including the 1966 cult classic Sugar Colt. Stateside audiences recognized him from countless television appearances, from soap operas like General Hospital and All My Children, to fan favorites like Gunsmoke, Friends, Frasier, and Everybody Loves Raymond. His big screen work included roles in Falling Down, Batman Forever, Gods and Monsters, and, of course, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, where his character, Henry Balkin, delivered one of the film's most pivotal lines. More than his credits, Jack Betts was cherished for his dedication to the craft. A lifelong student of acting, he honed his skills at the Actors Studio, performed alongside legends, and mentored countless young artists, encouraging them to keep going when the journey seemed uncertain. Jack's presence, on stage, on screen, and in the hearts of those who knew him, remains an enduring legacy. His life was a testament to resilience, passion, and the quiet power of a performer who never stopped chasing the work he loved. Dame Joan Plowright, one of Britain's most beloved actresses and a true icon of stage and screen, passed away peacefully on January 16, 2025, at the age of 95. Her extraordinary career spanned more than 7 decades, marked by resilience, elegance, and unwavering dedication to her craft. Born in 1929 in the quiet town of Brigg, England, Joan's love for performance blossomed early, nurtured by her mother's passion for the theater. That spark carried her from small stages to the grandest theaters of London, where she quickly became a force in British drama, performing in classics like The Seagull, The Merchant of Venice, and St. Joan. Joan's career was defined not just by success, but by overcoming challenges. In a world often unkind to ambitious women, she held her ground, earning a Tony Award in 1961 for her Broadway role in A Taste of Honey. That same year, she married Sir Laurence Olivier, forming one of theater's most legendary partnerships. Together, they helped revitalize British theater after World War II, shaping its golden era. Beyond the stage, Joan's warmth and wit captivated film audiences in Dennis the Menace, 101 Dalmatians, and her Oscar-nominated performance in Enchanted April. Her roles spanned from sharp comedies to stirring dramas, always carried by her quiet strength. In later life, Joan faced one of her hardest battles, gradually losing her eyesight due to macular degeneration. Yet, she never lost her spirit, becoming an outspoken guardian of Olivier's legacy and an inspiration to younger generations of performers. Dame Joan's legacy is one of brilliance, perseverance, and dignity. She showed us that true artistry transcends spotlight and applause. It lives on in every word spoken with conviction and every life touched by grace. Her story will echo across stages and screens for years to come. The Atlanta music community is mourning the unexpected loss of one of its own. Kenneth Bailey, better known to millions as Young Scooter, passed away on March 28, 2025, a day that marked both his 39th birthday and the end of a life that left a lasting imprint on Southern hip-hop. Born in South Carolina and raised on the vibrant streets of Atlanta, Young Scooter rose from humble beginnings to become a respected voice in rap, known for his raw lyrics and street anthems. Collaborating with artists like Future, Young Thug, Juicy J, and Rick Ross, Scooter earned his place as a consistent force during Atlanta's commercial hip-hop boom in the 2010s. But his journey wasn't without challenges. On that tragic March day, police responded to reports of a domestic dispute near downtown Atlanta. As authorities approached the home, Scooter fled, scaling fences in an attempt to escape. In the process, he suffered a severe leg injury from fencing material, which led to significant blood loss. Despite being rushed to the hospital, his life could not be saved. An autopsy later confirmed his passing was accidental. No force or weapons were used by law enforcement. Beyond the headlines, Young Scooter was more than a rapper. He was a father, a friend, and an artist who shared his truth with the world. His music, including recent tracks like Trap's Last Hope and Grind Don't Stop, echoed the struggles and ambitions of countless young men navigating life's hardships. Those who knew him speak of his loyalty, his hustle, and his unwavering belief that success was possible for anyone willing to work for it. His untimely loss is a reminder of how fragile life can be, even for those who seem larger than life on stage. Young Scooter's voice, his energy, and his ambition live on in his music, his collaborations, and the community he helped shape. The entertainment world is remembering Lar Park Lincoln, a beloved actress whose grace, talent, and strength left an indelible mark both on screen and behind the scenes. Lar passed away on April 22, 2025, at the age of 63, following a courageous battle with breast cancer. Born Lori Jill Park on May 12, 1961, in Dallas, Texas, Lar's passion for performing ignited early, setting her on a journey that would span over 4 decades in film, television, and mentorship. She first captured attention in the 1985 telefilm Children of the Night, paving the way for memorable roles that would define her career. Lar became a household name with her role as Linda Fairgate on Knots Landing, where she transformed from the seemingly sweet daughter-in-law to one of the series' most unforgettable characters. Her portrayal of Linda, part charm, part mischief, won the hearts of viewers during the show's 9th through 13th seasons. In 1988, Lar took on a different kind of challenge as Tina Shepard in Friday the 13th Part 7th, The New Blood. Her performance as the telekinetic young woman who faces off against the infamous Jason Voorhees cemented her status as a fan favorite in the cult horror genre, but Lar's impact reached beyond acting. After experiencing the complexities of Hollywood firsthand, she founded Actors Audition Studios in Dallas, dedicating herself to guiding and empowering the next generation of performers. Her 2008 book, Get Started, Not Scammed, became an essential resource for aspiring actors navigating the industry. Lar faced personal heartache with the loss of her husband, Michael Lincoln, in 2015, yet her resilience never wavered. She continued to teach, inspire, and share her love of storytelling with unwavering warmth. She is survived by her loving children, Piper and Trevor, her grandchildren, and her devoted siblings. Her legacy lives on through her performances, her students, and the countless lives she touched with her kindness, humor, and determination. Lauren Ruch, the beloved head of content at HGTV and co-host of the 2021 series HGTV House Party, passed away on June 12, 2025, at the age of 55, following a courageous battle with acute myeloid leukemia. His passing leaves a profound void in the hearts of his colleagues, friends, and countless viewers who were touched by his work. For nearly 2 decades, Lauren was the creative force behind many of HGTV's most cherished programs, including HGTV Dream Home, A Very Brady Renovation, White House Christmas, and My Lottery Dream Home. His vision, passion, and unwavering dedication shaped not only the network's success, but also the way millions of Americans connect with home, family, and the joy of storytelling. But Lauren's impact extended far beyond television screens. He was known for his kindness, generosity, and ability to bring out the best in those around him. Channing Dungey, chair of Warner Brothers Television Group, described Lauren as the glue that bound teams, departments, and friendships, a rare leader who uplifted everyone in his orbit. Born with a storyteller's heart, Lauren's career began in Los Angeles with shows like Good Day LA and Good Day Live before he found his true calling at HGTV. His colleagues remember him not just for the hits he produced, but for the warmth, encouragement, and sense of family he created wherever he went. Lauren's legacy is one of creativity, inclusivity, and compassion. He was also a dedicated advocate for LGBTQ+ youth through his work with Live Out Loud. At home, he was a loving husband to David Salas, his partner of 27 years, and a cherished son, brother, and friend. Though his time with us was cut short, Lauren's light, his laughter, and his boundless creativity continue to inspire. His memory reminds us to dream boldly, lead with kindness, and believe in the power of storytelling to bring people together. Jean Allison, the beloved character actress whose familiar face graced American television screens for over 3 decades, has quietly taken her final bow. She was 94. Born on October 24, 1929, in the charming town of Tarrytown, New York, Jean discovered her love for performing early on. That passion led her to Adelphi College and eventually to study under the legendary acting coach Sanford Meisner, where her dedication to the craft truly blossomed. For millions of viewers, Jean Allison became a fixture in some of television's most iconic series. From Bonanza, Gunsmoke, and Perry Mason to Charlie's Angels, The Waltons, and Starsky and Hutch, Jean had a remarkable gift for stepping into every role with authenticity, heart, and subtle strength. She wasn't the headline star, but she was the quiet, steady presence that made stories come to life. Her film appearances were equally memorable, with roles in Edge of Fury, 1958, The Devil's Partner, 1960, Bad Company, 1972, and Hardcore, 1979. Whether on the big screen or in weekly living room broadcasts, Jean embodied the essence of what it meant to be a working actor: versatile, dedicated, and endlessly professional. Behind the scenes, Jean led a rich, layered life. She was married 3 times, including to fellow actor and director Lee Phillips and renowned boxing trainer Jerry Boyd. But perhaps her proudest role was that of mother to her 3 children, Aaron, Sven, and Tina, who carry forward her legacy of resilience and grace. Jean's passing on February 28, 2024, in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, marks the close of a chapter in television history. Yet, the characters she portrayed, the mothers, the neighbors, the strong-willed women of the American West, will continue to live on in reruns, reminding us that greatness isn't always measured by fame, but by the quiet impact we leave behind. She may have stepped away from the stage, but Jean Allison's performances and her warmth will never be forgotten. Have you ever wondered who paved the way for women to tell bold, imaginative stories on British television? Today, we remember one of those quiet pioneers, Barbara Clegg, a woman whose words and performances shaped generations of storytelling. Born in Manchester in 1926, Barbara's journey was destined for the spotlight, though not always in front of the camera. Her early years were steeped in family tradition and education, yet the theater called to her heart. After studying English at Oxford, she followed her dream onto the world's greatest stages, performing alongside icons like Richard Burton and Katharine Hepburn. With every role, Barbara brought grace, wit, and a quiet intensity that audiences couldn't forget. It was in 1958, as Nurse Joe Buckley on Emergency Ward 10, that she became a household name across the UK. Viewers adored her, so much so that they often confused the actress with her beloved character. But fame wasn't Barbara's final destination. Her true passion lay in crafting stories, rich, human, and filled with possibility. In 1983, Barbara shattered expectations by becoming the first woman to write for Doctor Who, one of Britain's most treasured series. Her episode, Enlightenment, still stands as a testament to her brilliance, weaving mystery, humanity, and wonder into science fiction in a way only she could. Behind the triumphs, Barbara knew sacrifice. She left the stage to raise her family, but never abandoned her creativity. From Coronation Street to Wagoner's Walk, her words breathed life into British radio and television for decades. Even in later years, her unproduced stories found a second home through radio plays and audio dramas, inspiring new audiences. Barbara Clegg passed away on January 7, 2025, at 98, surrounded by the love of her children and grandchildren. Her legacy is one of courage, creativity, and quiet determination, proof that one woman's voice can change the story for us all. Have you ever heard the sound of a Hammond organ drifting through the heart of rock and blues history? If you have, chances are you've felt the unmistakable touch of Barry Goldberg. Barry wasn't always center stage, but his music was the steady heartbeat behind some of rock's most defining moments. Born on Christmas Day 1941 in Chicago, the city that breathes the blues, Barry discovered his passion late at night, tuning into radio stations that whispered stories of heartache and freedom. The blues cast its spell, and Barry followed it into smoky clubs, where legends like Howlin' Wolf gave him his first taste of the real thing. At just 23, Barry stood behind Bob Dylan at the 1965 Newport Folk Festival, the night Dylan went electric. The crowd roared with a mix of cheers and boos, but history was made, and Barry's soulful keys were right at the center of it. It was like a dream turned nightmare, then a dream again, Barry would later say of that pivotal moment. But that was only the beginning. Barry's fingers danced across countless records, From the fiery devil with a blue dress on with Mitch Ryder to co-writing Gladys Knight's soul anthem, I've Got to Use My Imagination. His music coursed through albums by Leonard Cohen, the Flying Burrito Brothers, and the Ramones. Whether with Electric Flag, alongside Stephen Stills and Kenny Wayne Shepherd in The Rides, or quietly shaping rock's evolution, Barry stayed true to his roots. Behind the scenes, he battled non-Hodgkin lymphoma for a decade with the same quiet strength he brought to every song. On January 22, 2025, surrounded by his beloved wife Gail and son Aram, Barry's incredible journey came to a close. Though he's no longer here, his music, that raw, honest sound that carried the blues into rock's electric age, will echo on. Barry Goldberg didn't just play the keys, he unlocked a new world for all of us. What's your favorite memory of Barry's music? Share your story. His rhythm lives on through every note we remember. Paul Bronfman, the visionary behind Pinewood Toronto Studios and a driving force in Canada's film industry, has left behind a legacy that reshaped how stories are told, on both sides of the border. His journey wasn't just about building studios and supplying equipment. It was about overcoming the odds, championing creativity, and inspiring a generation of filmmakers to dream bigger. Born into Montreal's influential Bronfman family on May 28, 1957, Paul could have taken the easy path, but instead, he followed his passion for music, entertainment, and the magic of storytelling. First as a roadie, then as a production manager for bands like Supertramp, and eventually as a leader who transformed Canada into a global production powerhouse. In the mid-1990s, when most would have slowed down, Paul faced his greatest personal challenge, a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. But true to his character, he never let it define him. For 30 years, he led with resilience, humor, and unmatched dedication, ensuring that the Canadian film and TV industry not only thrived, but expanded beyond what many believed possible. As chairman of Comweb Corp DAOS and William F. White International, Paul provided cutting-edge equipment and studio space to some of Hollywood's biggest productions. His work helped bring global attention to Canada, drawing in major studios, streamers, and local filmmakers alike. Pinewood Toronto Studios, a project Paul championed, became a shining example of his vision, a space where imagination, technology, and opportunity converged. But beyond the business success, Paul's heart lay in lifting others. He supported countless film festivals, educational programs, and young creatives breaking into the industry. His leadership, humor, and unwavering belief in people made him more than an executive. He was a mentor, a friend, and a true champion of the arts. Today, Paul's story lives on, not just in studios and equipment, but in every filmmaker he believed in and every story made possible by his passion. His courage, vision, and kindness will continue to inspire for generations to come. Benzian Miller, one of the most treasured voices in Jewish liturgical music, has left behind a legacy that transcends time and borders. Born in 1947 in the shadow of one of history's darkest chapters, his life became a testament to resilience, faith, and the enduring power of music. The son of Holocaust survivors, Benzian entered this world in a displaced persons camp in Fernwald, Germany. His father, cantor Aaron Daniel Miller, carried the scars of loss from Nazi persecution, but also the unbroken spirit of Jewish song. It was from this foundation that young Benzian inherited both his extraordinary voice and his deep commitment to tradition. By the tender age of 5, his gift was undeniable. Over the years, Benzian refined his talent with the world's great cantorial teachers, seamlessly blending classical vocal training with the ancient, soul-stirring melodies of his people. His voice would later grace grand concert halls, performing alongside the Israeli Philharmonic and the Jerusalem Symphony, yet he always remained rooted in the traditions of the synagogue. In 1981, Benzian took on one of the most prestigious cantorial roles in America at Temple Beth El of Borough Park, Brooklyn, a position he held for over 4 decades. His voice echoed the prayers of generations past while inspiring hope for the future. But perhaps his most remarkable contribution came after the fall of the Iron Curtain. With courage and conviction, Benzian returned to Eastern Europe, singing the sacred songs that once filled synagogues now silent from war and oppression. His performances in Poland, Russia, Hungary, and beyond were more than music. They were a reclamation of heritage. Beyond the stage, Benzian was a mohel, a chauchet, and above all, a devoted father and grandfather. His son, cantor Shimmy Miller, often joined him in performance, a living reminder that tradition lives on. Benzian Miller's voice bridged worlds, past and present, sorrow and hope. Though he may no longer grace the stage, his song carries on in every prayer, every memory, and every note passed to the next generation. May his memory be a blessing. Breaking news. Jay Leno, a story of resilience, relentless work, and defying the odds. Where is he now? Jay Leno, the iconic comedian, talk show host, and car enthusiast, has been a fixture of American entertainment for over 4 decades. Best known for his long-running reign on The Tonight Show, Leno became a household name through his humor, his relatable personality, and his dedication to hard work. But behind the witty jokes and the classic cars is a story marked by adversity, health battles, and an iron will to never let setbacks define him. What do you think of Jay Leno? On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rate his impact on American television and comedy? Let us know in the comments below. Before we talk about where Leno is now, let's rewind the clock. Born on April 28, 1950, in New Rochelle, New York, Jay Leno was no stranger to obstacles from the very beginning. Growing up with dyslexia, a learning difference that makes reading and writing an uphill battle, Leno faced the kind of academic challenges that would cause many to give up. But not Jay. Rather than let his struggles hold him back, Leno developed a relentless work ethic. He spent his youth honing his memory, practicing his comedic timing, and working harder than those around him. By the 1970s, he had built a reputation on the stand-up comedy circuit, known for his sharp observational humor and tireless commitment to performing. His big break came in 1992 when he was chosen to succeed the legendary Johnny Carson as the host of The Tonight Show. It was a move met with enormous scrutiny. The public and the industry alike questioned whether Jay Leno was ready to fill such iconic shoes. But night after night, year after year, Leno won over audiences with his down-to-earth charm, his everyman appeal, and his unwavering consistency. Throughout his time on The Tonight Show, Leno interviewed world leaders, Hollywood stars, and everyday heroes. His clean-cut image and blue-collar work ethic made him beloved by millions. But his success was not without controversy or challenge. Leno faced fierce competition from David Letterman, leading to one of the most publicized rivalries in television history. The pressure was immense, but Leno's strategy was simple: keep working, keep showing up, and let the results speak for themselves. And they did. His version of The Tonight Show topped the late-night ratings for most of his tenure, solidifying his place as a television legend. But even as his professional life soared, Leno's personal journey was far from smooth. One of the most remarkable aspects of Jay Leno's story is his relationship with health and adversity. Despite his fame and wealth, Leno's life has been punctuated by serious, even life-threatening accidents. And yet, his resilience remains unshaken. In late 2022, Leno suffered severe burns to his face, chest, and hands after a gasoline fire broke out in his beloved car garage. The accident could have been devastating, but within weeks, Leno was back on stage, joking about the incident, scars and all, showing the world that no fire could keep him down. Barely recovered from that ordeal, in early 2023, Leno was in a motorcycle crash that left him with multiple broken bones, including a fractured collarbone, ribs, and kneecap. Once again, he returned to the spotlight with his signature humor, brushing off the pain and refusing to let injury derail his passion for performance. But perhaps most inspiring is Leno's ability to persevere not just for himself, but for his family. Recently, it was revealed that his wife of over 4 decades, Mavis Leno, has been diagnosed with memory loss. In response, Leno took legal steps to become her conservator, ensuring her well-being and care during this difficult chapter of their lives. The man who once ruled late-night television now devotes much of his time to quietly supporting the woman who has stood by him since the very beginning. Jay Leno's health challenges extend beyond the physical. Caring for a loved one with cognitive decline is a deeply emotional journey. Yet Leno approaches it with the same dedication and compassion that defined his career. In the face of every obstacle, Leno has never sought pity, only purpose. His lifestyle reflects discipline. He famously never spent his Tonight Show salary, relying instead on his stand-up comedy earnings, a testament to his humble beginnings and practical mindset. And despite rumors that his injuries were the result of criminal encounters, whispers about the mafia and Hollywood's dark underbelly, Leno has always set the record straight with humor and honesty. His bruises, burns, and scars, all hard-earned from life's accidents, not the shadowy dealings of tabloids. Today, Jay Leno continues to appear in public, still performing, still restoring cars, and still reminding audiences of what true resilience looks like. His show, Jay Leno's Garage, remains a hit with car enthusiasts worldwide, offering an intimate glimpse into his lifelong love affair with vehicles. But his greatest legacy is not measured in cars, ratings, or late-night punchlines. It is etched in his remarkable ability to get back up, literally and figuratively, after every fall, every accident, every hardship. Jay Leno represents the classic American story, the kid with a learning disability who worked harder than anyone else, the entertainer who withstood the pressures of the most competitive talk show in television, the husband who stands by his partner in sickness and in health, and the man who, even when bruised and broken, never lets life knock him down for long. So, what do you think of Jay Leno's journey? Has his story of resilience and determination inspired you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed revisiting the life and lessons of this remarkable entertainer, please subscribe and share this story. Together, let's keep these stories of strength, hope, and perseverance alive.